Our planet is a world of blue. From space, it shines like a magnificent sapphire, a testament to the vast oceans that cover more than 70% of its surface. You know, we've looked to the stars for centuries, yet the greatest wilderness of all is right here on Earth. It's a world of immense power and profound mystery, a kingdom hidden beneath the shimmering surface of the water. We know its coastlines, we sail its sunlit upper layers, but the true heart of the ocean remains almost completely unknown to us. It's a place of secrets, holding wonders and terrors that really defy our imagination. A final frontier that guards its mysteries with an unforgiving silence. We often think of the ocean as a bright, vibrant place, filled with colorful coral reefs and playful dolphins. This is the world we know, the sunlit zone teeming with familiar life. But honestly, this is merely the ocean's welcoming foyer, just a tiny fraction of its true extent. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff that plunges miles into darkness. Below the reach of the sun's rays lies a realm that is larger than all the land on Earth combined. It's a place where our rules do not apply, where the very concepts of day and night kinda cease to have meaning. It's here, in this vast hidden expanse, that the true story of our planet's oceans unfolds. A story of survival against impossible odds. The allure of the deep is ancient. For millennia, sailors have shared tales of sea monsters and phantom islands, stories born from fleeting glimpses into a world they couldn't comprehend. They spoke of krakens with tentacles that could pull entire ships to their doom, and of leviathans larger than any whale. While these were once dismissed as mere legends, we're now beginning to understand that they may have been born from a kernel of truth. The ocean's depths are home to creatures so strange, so alien, that they could easily be mistaken for monsters from a nightmare. The deeper we go, the more we realize that the imagination of nature is far more terrifying and wonderful than our own. So, let's begin a journey not across the waves, but down, deep down into the heart of the sea. We'll leave the familiar world of light and warmth behind and descend into a place of crushing pressure, absolute cold, and eternal darkness. This is not a journey for the faint of heart, because what lies in the abyss is as frightening as it is fascinating. We're going to peel back the layers of the ocean, one by one, to reveal the nightmares and the marvels that are hiding in the deep. It really is a journey into the greatest unknown on our own planet. A descent into the very depths of our world's soul. Our descent begins in the sunlit zone, the top 200 meters of the ocean. Sunlight pierces the surface, fueling blooms of phytoplankton, the foundation of marine life. The water is warm, life here is abundant and familiar. Schools of tuna, sleek and powerful. Sea turtles glide gracefully on the currents. This is the ocean most of us imagine, a bustling, vibrant metropolis. But as we sink deeper, a change begins. Brilliant blues, greens of the surface start to fade, replaced by a deeper, mysterious azure. The light weakens. We enter the twilight zone, 200, 1,000 Hawans, who are. Sunlight here is a faint, ghostly glow, not strong enough for photosynthesis. Temperature drops, surface colors absorbed by the water above. Life adapts to the gloom. Many creatures grow enormous eyes to capture every last photon. Others make their own light, bioluminescence, slow motion, silent fireworks. Pressure begins to build. Every 10 meters, 1 atmosphere. At 500 meters, pressure is 50 eeks surface. For a human, this would be instantly fatal. Lungs collapse. Yet life here thrives. Strange gelatinous creatures appear. Close-ups of siphonophores. Siphonophore can be longer than a blue whale. They are colonies of individuals working as one. Near the bottom of the twilight zone, the last glimmers of sunlight disappear. We're crossing a profound boundary into perpetual night. Temperature near freezing and pressure 100x surface. Creatures grow stranger, adapted for darkness and stealth. We're on the precipice of the abyss, the true deep ocean. The world ahead is more alien than another planet. The rules are rewritten. We have now crossed the 1,000-meter mark, entering the midnight zone, or the Perpetual zone. Here, there is no light from the sun, none at all. The darkness is absolute. It's a world without sunrises, sunsets, seasons, any sense of time as we know it. The only light that ever appears in this eternal night is the light created by the animals themselves. Bioluminescence isn't just an advantage here. For many, it's the only way to communicate, to find a mate, to lure prey, or to startle a predator. It's a silent language of light, spoken in flashes, glows, and shimmering clouds. The cold in this realm is relentless and severe. The water temperature hovers at a near constant 4 degrees Celsius, just a few degrees above freezing. This chilling cold slows down the metabolism of the creatures that live here. Life moves at a different pace in the deep. Animals grow slowly, live for incredibly long periods, and reproduce infrequently. A fish that might live for a few years in the sunlit zone could live for over a century in the deep. This slow pace of life is a crucial adaptation to an environment where food is incredibly scarce. Every calorie of energy must be conserved in this cold, dark, and empty world. The emptiness is perhaps as daunting as the darkness and the cold. The sheer volume of water is staggering, and the density of life is very low. Finding food is the single greatest challenge. Most of what sustains life here is a constant, slow drizzle of organic matter from the world above, known as marine snow. It's a gentle rain of dead plankton, fish scales, fecal matter, and other detritus. For the inhabitants of the Midnight Zone, this is their manna from heaven. They've developed a wide array of strategies to capture these precious falling morsels, from vast web-like tentacles to enormous mouths that can swallow anything that comes their way. Living in this vast, dark emptiness requires senses that we can barely imagine. With no light for vision, many animals rely on an enhanced sense of smell, or an exquisite sensitivity to pressure changes in the water around them. They can feel the faintest vibration caused by a potential meal, or an approaching predator from a great distance. They navigate and hunt in a world defined not by sight, but by scent, touch, and sound. They're masters of a sensory world that's completely alien to us, perfectly tuned to survive in an environment that would seem to us like an endless, silent, and terrifying void. As we continue our descent, plunging past 2,000 meters, then 3,000 meters, we enter the abyssal zone. Abyssal, Greek for bottomless. The pressure here is almost beyond comprehension. At 4,000 meters deep, over 400 atmospheres, equivalent to a large truck balanced on your thumbnail. Such pressure would instantly crush any land animal or human. Yet, even here, life survives and flourishes. How do creatures withstand such colossal forces? The key, they have no air spaces in their bodies. Unlike us, gas-filled lungs and sinuses. Deep sea animals are almost entirely water. Water is nearly incompressible. Internal equals external pressure. Their flesh is gelatinous and fragile. No rigid skeletons. Bring one to the surface, it bloats and falls apart. They're prisoners of the deep, adapted to high pressure. Animals of the abyss are masters of energy conservation. A meal might be weeks or even months away. Many are ambush predators, lying perfectly still, slow-motion predators waiting in the dark. The fang-toothed fish. Huge teeth for its size. It hangs motionless, cavernous mouth ready to snap. Its metabolism is so slow it survives on a single meal. This world drives evolution down strange paths. Finding a mate is an immense challenge. The anglerfish evolved a bizarre solution. The male is tiny, a fraction of the female. His sole purpose is to find a female. He bites her, and his tissues fuse with hers. He becomes a permanent parasite, losing his eyes, losing internal organs. He draws nutrients from her bloodstream. In return, he supplies constant sperm, desperate but effective, ensuring species continuation. The eternal darkness of the deep ocean is, honestly, a perfect theater for hunting. With no place to hide in the light, creatures have evolved some pretty extraordinary methods for finding prey, avoiding predators. Bioluminescence is a hunter's most versatile tool. The anglerfish, perhaps the most famous deep-sea predator, dangles a fleshy lure from its head that is filled with glowing bacteria. In the absolute blackness, this tiny light is an irresistible beacon for smaller fish, crustaceans. They swim in for a closer look, mesmerized by the strange glow, only to be engulfed by the anglerfish's enormous waiting mouth. It's a deadly and hypnotic trap, a pinpoint of light that promises only death. Other hunters use light, not as a lure, but as a weapon. The dragonfish, fearsome, long black body and dagger-like teeth, has a trick up its sleeve. Most deep-sea creatures produce a blue light. Most produce a green light. The dragonfish can produce red light from a special organ beneath its eye. Most deep-sea animals can't see red light, so the dragonfish can effectively illuminate its prey without being detected. It's kind of like having a sniper's scope with an infrared beam. The unsuspecting victim remains in complete darkness, while the dragonfish sees it perfectly, lining up its final deadly strike. Survival in the abyss isn't just about finding food. It's also about avoiding becoming food. Many creatures have developed some incredible defensive mechanisms. The vampire squid, which, despite its name, is not a true squid, lives in the oxygen minimum zone, a layer of water where few predators can survive. When threatened, it doesn't squirt ink. That would be useless in the dark. Instead, it pulls its webbed arms over its body like a cloak, revealing rows of spooky-looking spines. If that doesn't work, it can eject a cloud of sticky, bioluminescent mucus, a glittering smokescreen that dazzles and confuses a predator while the vampire squid makes its escape. Even the act of eating is different in the deep. With food so scarce, predators really can't afford to be picky. Many have evolved huge mouths and distensible stomachs, allowing them to swallow prey that is much larger than they are. The gulper eel, also known as the pelican eel, is a prime example. It's mostly just a giant mouth attached to a long whip-like body. It can open its jaws wide enough to swallow a fish many times its own bulk. It drifts through the water like a living net, ready to engulf any meal, no matter the size, that it's lucky enough to encounter in the vast, empty darkness of its home. The legends of sea monsters, krakens, leviathans, may have their roots in the real giants that haunt the ocean's depths. For centuries, the only evidence we had of the giant squid were carcasses washed ashore, sucker-shaped scars on sperm whales. These whales, the deepest diving mammals, can journey into the giant squid's realm and challenge it. For a long time, the giant squid was a phantom, a creature of myth more than science. It was not until 2004 that a living giant squid was finally filmed in its natural habitat, a ghostly titan with eyes the size of dinner plates. The giant squid is not alone. The colossal squid is thought to be even larger and heavier. It lives in frigid Antarctic waters. Not just suckers. Its tentacles bear sharp, swiveling hooks. Imagine a predator a dozen meters long, arms that can grip, tear, shred. Battles between these giants and sperm whales in crushing blackness must be epic. Clashes of titans in a hidden world, raw, untamed power still exists on our planet. But not all phantoms are giants. Some are oddities. In the Hadal zone below 6,000 meters, scientists found the Mariana snailfish. Small, pinkish, tadpole-like, fragile, almost translucent. Yet it lives around 8,000 meters, enduring pressures 800 times surface level. the deepest living fish ever discovered. It thrives where nothing should survive. Adding to the mystery, things that don't belong. Submersibles have seen strange, unidentified tracks on the seafloor. They've found unusual metallic spheres and other baffling objects. Many may be natural processes we don't yet understand, but they fuel imagination and deepen mystery. The deep sea is a repository for the unknown, holding secrets we haven't learned how to ask about. The deep ocean is often described as a silent world, but this is not entirely true. While it lacks the familiar sounds of our world, it is filled with its own strange acoustics. In 1997, hydrophones operated by NOAA detected a mysterious sound deep in the Pacific Ocean. It was an ultra-low frequency noise, high in amplitude, nicknamed the bloop. One of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded, detected over 5,000 kilometers apart. Its origin remains a profound mystery, a whisper from the void. Scientists analyzed the bloop's sound profile and said it resembled living animals, but its volume exceeded any known creature. Not even the blue whale could produce that power. This led to years of wild speculation. Could it be an undiscovered colossal sea creature? A true leviathan calling out from the abyss? The idea is thrilling and terrifying. It suggests things hiding in the deep, bigger and louder than we imagined. Officially, the bloop is now attributed to a large ice quake in Antarctica. The cracking and fracturing of a massive ice shelf. Still, the mystery gripped the public's imagination. It speaks to our feeling that the ocean hides more than we know. And the bloop isn't the only unexplained sound. Others recorded over the years include Julia, Slow Down, The Whistle. Each is a puzzle, a stray signal from a world we barely perceive, hinting at unknown geological processes or biological phenomena. These sounds remind us how little we truly know. We send robotic explorers into the abyss and listen with sensitive instruments, but what returns is often more questions than answers. The deep sea does not give up its secrets easily. It communicates in a language of crushing pressure, freezing cold, strange, low-frequency rumbles that travel thousands of miles. We are eavesdropping on a conversation millions of years old, and we've only begun to understand a few words. The void is not silent, it is whispering, and we are straining to hear what it has to say. It is a striking paradox that we have mapped the surface of the Moon and Mars with greater detail than we have mapped our own planet's seafloor. More than 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, unexplored. The reasons for this are numerous and formidable. The sheer scale of the ocean is one factor. It is a vast, three-dimensional space. But the primary obstacles are the extreme conditions of the deep. The crushing pressure, the corrosive salt water, the complete darkness, and the immense logistical challenges of sending humans or machines to such depths. Exploring the deep sea is, in many ways, more difficult than space exploration. Sending a human to the deep sea requires a submersible built like a fortress. The pressure vessel must be able to withstand forces that can crumple thick steel as if it were aluminum foil. Every seal, every window, every component must be perfect, because the smallest flaw would lead to a catastrophic implosion. These vehicles are incredibly expensive to build, maintain, operate. Manned missions are rare and can only explore tiny sections of the seafloor at a time. It is like trying to explore an entire continent by candlelight, one step at a time. The progress is slow and the dangers are ever present. Because of these challenges, much of our deep-sea exploration is now conducted by remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs. These robotic explorers can go deeper and stay for longer than any human could. They are our eyes and hands in the abyss, equipped with high-definition cameras, powerful lights, robotic arms for collecting samples. They send back breathtaking images of otherworldly landscapes and creatures we have never seen before. Yet even with this technology, we have only scratched the surface. For every new species we discover, scientists estimate there are thousands more waiting to be found. This lack of knowledge has profound implications. The deep ocean plays a critical role in regulating our planet's climate and chemistry. It absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and drives global weather patterns. The unique life forms in the deep may also hold the key to new scientific breakthroughs, from novel medicines derived from deep-sea sponges to enzymes that can function under extreme conditions. By leaving the deep ocean unexplored, we are leaving a massive gap in our understanding of our own planet and potentially missing out on discoveries that could change the world. The final frontier is not in the stars, but right here beneath the waves. Our journey into the ocean's depths reveals a world far stranger and more complex than we could have ever imagined. It is a realm of eternal night, ghostly hunters, living lights, creatures that seem to have been born from a fever dream. It is a place of immense pressure and chilling cold, where life persists against all odds. The facts are as startling as any fiction. Fish that carry their own lanterns, squid with hooks on their tentacles, mysterious sounds that echo across entire oceans. The deep sea is both a nightmare and a wonderland,